Hello there, Luigi. A whole lot has happened lately, huh? Everywhere you go, everyone's so excited.
Hey.
Everyone wanted to compete some more, so they headed back to their canoes.
Hey.
I was thinking about taking a little breather, but we gotta keep at it.
Hey.
I wonder what Sonic and Mario are doing right now. Mario and Sonic said they were going to play Tokyo 1964 again. Why don't we all go visit it?
Hey.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Mario here, and I'm Sonic the Hedgehog here. We are back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. So, last time we have managed to finish up with the final showdown between both Bowser and Dr. Eggman during the Forms Event, not only for the marathon in during the Forms Event 1964 Tokyo Olympics, but also the fact that we actually did manage to compete against with both Dr. Eggman and Bowser in the 100-meter sprint obviously in Tokyo 2020. I do apologize for that little belching, as far as you guys would probably already know, just because, well, recently we just had a lot of drink for this point. Yeah, so anyway, today for this episode, this will be the final part of, for the story mode. And because of that, after when you complete the main story, there are some other events that we can definitely try out. Such as, for instance, for example, we can head over to 4x100 meter relay, as you can see right here. And, also there's gonna be some other events based off from the Mario and Sonic universe, in this case, Dream events. That we'll show those off after we're done with 4x100 meter relay, as you can see on screen right here. Yeah, if you ever played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games in Beijing 2008 and London 2012 Olympic Games and even Rio 2016 Olympic Games before, you know exactly how this plays out. Basically, we have to deal with the forms of the team-based race. So in this case, we have to pass a baton to one of your teammates, as you can see right here. However, though, as you can see, that we seems to able to get a little bit of a sluggish start. So, because of how the fact that sometimes you have to be dead on with the timing and what have you. So, just in case you would be able to actually get yourselves the fastest start if you're trying to able to time it well enough. So, but anyway, we'll try that again. And this time around, though, we actually did that for reals this time around. So, and obviously, the amount of characters we're going to be using for the majority of this race is, of course, Luigi to start with, as well as Tails and Mario, and of course Sonic in the end. So that makes it pretty obvious for that specific solutions that we can think of. And conveniently enough, the Mario is the fact that we actually got ourselves our new record. Yep, a great way to able to actually get a new record from there. But I digress. But then again, the entire objective on this event is the fact that we have to obviously claim first place on that particular event, as you can see here. So, but either way, there's not much else to say about this event, honestly, apart from the fact that, well, unlike the ones in 100 meter sprint in the finale portion, basically what happens is the fact that you can't able to actually see the special ending or something. So I guess it's likely due to the forms of that particular, nothing but bragging rights, I suppose. You can also just manage to compete in the 100 meter sprint again if you want, but, you know, you can able to actually play as either Mario or Sonic, but either way though, the only difference is between the two is that, if you try to select Mario, it only just showcases Bowser on the actual mission information. And if you try to select Sonic, as you saw, that basically it'll show Dr. Eggman on the actual mission info. But the reason why we're going to be hitting out the new forms of that particular Olympic Stadium is those 3 dream events comes in. And this will immediately take place in, well, we'll discuss those whenever we get these right into it. So as a result, we can able to actually just do, well, play through 3 dream events, which much like in the forms have been, well, since in the Olympic Games, Beijing 2008, and as well as Vancouver 2010 Winter Olympic Games, and London 2012 Olympic Games, and even Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games, once again is going to take place in a different environment. Well, to be more specific, Mario, is the fact that since in Vancouver 2010, London 2012, and Sochi 2014, that once again it takes place in a Mario and Sonic universe, which I will say is a little bit better than the forms of how it does it in, you know, the dual event variations in Rio 2016, because despite with Rio 2016 Olympic Games does include the bare bones amount of content they actually got. But apart from those side of things though, Sonic, is the fact that at least we actually now want to a much more somewhat better experience overall, so... Now of course, unfortunately, we can't able to actually just to realize about the fact that, well, talk about the actual overall of the game yet, but at least we can able to mention more about it whenever we get on to the actual main dream events themselves. So the first dream event we're going to be hop into is Dream Racing, and as far as you can guys can clearly tell what this environment is actually from, is actually based off from Metropolitan from the likes of Sonic Forces. And I think for the majority of those dream events though, Sonic, is usually does manage to take place in, you know, the most recent release for both Mario and Sonic releases. Well, at least not counting the forms of that, you know, some spin-off games as far as I'm aware. I kinda wish there was actually environments that's based off from Sonic Mania, but unfortunately though that's not the case, so... Anyways, in Dream Racing, as you can see right here, we're going to be going all the way down to the actual track, as you can see here. Even though we technically already played this before on our own time, and I'm going to say that out of all the actual 3 Dream events they actually include in this game, Dream Racing is by far one of the best ones, because even though it kind of reminds me of something almost related to, let's just say Sonic Riders, almost, because obviously we're going to have to utilize with the actual hoverboards, as you can tell, and also if you do manage to collect those rings, as you can see, well, despite the fact that we need to collect about exactly 40 rings, and that way it gives you a little bit of speed. And also that much like the forms of Tony Hawk games, basically you can able to grind on rails and stuff like that, or even in this case though, Sonic, similar to the Sonic Riders games, that basically you can able to actually just well, grind on rails, do all sorts of tricks here and there, and all the other jazz. And as we said this before, this takes place in the Metropolitan Highway from the likes of Sonic Forces, which I found was an okay choice for a stage, but either way though, it might not be so bad after all. And also similar to the ones in Vancouver 2010 Olympic Winter Games, and even London 2012 Olympic Games essentially, and even the, a little bit on Sochi 2014, I might be wrong, but basically you do get yourselves a Mario Kart style item system. So even then though, like for instance that if you get the items like the Starman, you'll become invincible. And then if you get your you know, sneakers, or in this case the speed shoes, it allows you to able to give you some extra boost. And the 10 rings, which allows you to able to add some more rings to your ring total count, and Shield, which allows you to protect yourself if you somehow accidentally get hit by a lot of hazards that you have to avoid, such as of course these little laser gates. So yeah, that's pretty fun though, and we managed to achieve a new record on that particular event. Anyways, now let's move on to Dream Karate, and as far as for this particular event itself goes, basically we need to get the most insane amount of those tiles wins. So as a result, we need to get into this warp pipe right here, and this takes place in Mushroom Kingdom, specifically in Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, because I can still see the actual Odyssey in the background, as you can see from that little visual standpoint, as you can see. But anyway, and obviously we're going to be competing against with Daisy, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi at the same time. in this case, the majority of the Mario characters. So, anyway. So yeah, basically all you have to do is the fact that if you're trying to able to actually just to kick or punch or knock out someone in the actual arena, basically the entire objective is the fact that we need to get the insane amount of tiles as before anyone else does. So as a result, it does take a while to get used to with the actual main mechanics of this particular Dream Karate, because we used to with let's just say in the normal karate event that basically you do have full control. Because the problem with this event for me sometimes is the fact that sometimes I feel like the actual momentum and the physics can sometimes feel a little bit stiff in areas. Although it's especially noticeable how the fact that if you're trying to able to grab someone and just try to do a little bit of a Super Mario 64 spin style, but except the fact that it just makes things a little bit stiffer more likely than everything else for that besides. As far as I'm usually just trying to think about this. And I believe to get items in this particular Dream event is the fact that you have to able to toss anyone else in a certain tiles, as you can see. So basically it's the fact that, well, yeah. You can also perform a special move that you can able to actually get the ridiculous amount of tiles you can get. So as a result, it's actually not too bad, and I feel a little bit mixed when it comes to this particular event. Although don't get me wrong, it is a really good time overall, but I still really prefer Dream Racing, because Dream Racing does have a lot more fun into it. Although the only problem with that is that I just wish there was actually more to it than that. But I digress, so let's not get ahead of ourselves for our nitpicking standpoints though, Sonic. Let's just be honest here. Yeah, I know. So anyways, now let's move on to the final Dream event in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. And that was the forms of does match that takes place in Dream Shooting Range, which I don't know exactly what this environment usually takes place into, but then again though, it might be something related to Japan or something. So, and much like in Discus Throw, it actually requires the motion controls to able to actually just to play around in this event. And of course, we're going to be still using our Nintendo Switch Pro controller, because that's the only control we always prefer, just because of the comfortable factor and stuff like that. Yeah, I think you get the idea for this point, Sonic. So anyways, it kind of reminds me of similar to Splatoon almost, because of the way you can able to actually aim your cursor and stuff. And also, rather than just able to actually just to splat paint, or in this case paint blob or something, instead you can able to actually just fire some, I would say acorns or nuts, which I don't know exactly for sure if I like to call it that. But basically in this event, as you can see, that basically we need to keep shooting targets around the actual Japanese manor or something. Which again, I do apologize for that nonsensical term in terms of, you know, Japan itself. But either way though, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, anyways, few things we want to explain about this while this is going. Oh, by the way, there are a few rare occasions as the fact that there are some bonus times that's about to be happening, which it always takes place in the center of the actual manor itself. And basically, if you keep on shooting that particular kite targeting, that's basically you would be able to get extra amount of points. So, even though for whatever reason we just got so distracted by individual targets, as you can tell. But, along the way though, is the fact that you were able to also come across into those little, multi-shot items, which this allows you to able to aim the most insane amount of targets all in one. So, but either way though, that's you can only carry up to like I would say 3 multi-shot packs as you can. So either way though, it's actually pretty useful if you manage to try to get, you know, more points in particular. So yeah. And by the way, before you're able to actually just notice something, is the fact that yes, we did manage to able to, as we said this before already, since in the last video, that yes, we did manage to see the Nintendo Direct Mini, the Partner Showcase Direct. And let me tell you for this point, folks, and we're gonna say this again, this is by far one of the worst directs that we've ever saw. Like, for instance, although before we get onto that, every now and then is the fact that we actually get ourselves a bigger kite that you have to deal with right here during the bonus time, as you can see right here. But, again, for whatever reason, we just specifically concentrating on the actual individual targets, as you can see right there, which I don't know if they actually give us the insane amount of points, but as you can see on screen, I think Yoshi did manage to win this no matter what. But then again, the entire objective is the fact that we have to aim for first place, as you guys should probably already know. So, in this case, for the sake of time, unfortunately we've lost. So, we'll try that again. So anyways, with the point of showcase, Nintendo Direct Mini, the only good thing about that particular Direct, for me anyway, is the fact that there's going to be some more info on Cadence of Hyrule game, which, that particular game has been out for about over a year now. Well, let's just say, specifically Sonic, is the fact that that game has been out since, 2019 in June the 13th, or something like that. And that was about likely a year and 1 month later, so I can't believe it's been, like, super flying. But, yeah, obviously they actually include some of the DLC stuff, as you know, but apart from the fact that they've already got one already since, I would say in free update, which appears to be October's, Ode, which I don't know exactly how do I pronounce that very well. And, also, they're actually going to be announcing there's going to be some DLC packs during the Season Pass of Cadence of Hyrule, which those will actually include 3 packs, which are, they basically includes DLC Pack 1, which is basically a character pack that you can get yourselves 5 playable characters, which there are Impa, Oria, and Frederick, and also Shadow and Shadow Link and Shadow Zelda, which is actually pretty cool. And we definitely can't wait to able to actually get the hands on those. And also in DLC Pack 2, which contains the Melody Pack, which actually going to be including 39 brand new songs, including remixed versions of some of the game's background music, and you can able to change them many times. So even then, that's actually pretty swell. And the third pack, which actually includes the other new story in Journey Forms of Cadence of Hyrule, which is Symphony of the Mask, which is going to be releasing until September. And I think the actual, the DLC for that is going to be mainly focusing on the Skull Kit, which I think is actually pretty cool. And there's not much anything else details about this though, apart from the fact that, well, there's actually the biggest highlight for Cadence of Hyrule information, and that is they're now going to be announcing a physical version of Cadence of Hyrule game, which I'm going to say, we'll definitely go ahead and pick that up at some point whenever that comes out. I think it's about to due out until 23rd of October, which I think we'll get a ton of cash if we manage to able to actually get that particular physical version of the game. So as a result, we definitely can't wait for that. So yeah, you get the idea for that solution. Another game they actually did announce, and that is the Forms of Rogue Company, which it's kind of like a first-person shooter kind of game, which as a result, it's not my cup of tea, to be honest here. But the biggest disappointing thing about the Direct Mini, for us anyway, now is the fact that they actually include the most disappointing games in the entire lineup, and that was the Forms of WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which I will say, ugh. The graphics, it's not that good. And also because why the hell does that game exist anyway? I understand because of the forms of the WWE fans, but not for us though, because, well, first of all, about the fact the matter is though, is the fact that we haven't exactly watched that much in terms of WWE that much. And, especially noticeable how the fact that we definitely heard about some of the games, but we not exactly entirely picked them up though. And, I suppose another thing is able to actually, some of you might find this a little bit too controversial for the sake of clarity. I'm actually really not going to be picking up WWE 2K Battlegrounds because it sucks. Yeah, tell me about it, Mario. Especially noticeable how the fact that I felt very sorry for North America, including our countries as well. But, on the other hand though, for the final thing they actually did announce is that they actually include not one, but 2 other game announcements, which there are Shin Megami Tensei 3 Numature HD Remastered, which I think are about to be coming out during at some point in spring 2021. And it's not our cup of tea, honestly, but either way though, that's as far as I can usually think about it. But that doesn't end off here, because they finally managed to announce there's going to be a release window of Shin Megami Tenchi 5 is also getting its announcement treatment, and it's going to be coming out until next year. At some time next year, I should say. So, for those of you a big fan of these series, then you should probably be more hyped for it. But honestly, it's not my cup of tea, so I do apologize if I'm a little bit enthusiastic about it. But then again, it's just our opinion, and I know most people seem to have their own different opinions as well. So, but either way, though, that's all I can really think about is, oh, a Japanese manor. Okay, I can definitely see the point what this dream event takes place in. So, yeah, you get the idea for that little topic, for that little things itself, as far as you already know. But I suppose the only good thing about the Direct Mini, as we established that earlier, is that we finally got ourselves our physical form of, you know, Cadence of Hyrule, which I'm actually really looking forward to it. And also doubled the amount of excitement, though, Mario, is the fact that every single DLC for Cadence of Hyrule in a physical version will all come in, like for free or something like that, or is in this case built in with that. So I suppose it's likely similar to, you know, with the Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition or something. So yeah, that seems pretty cool though, and we should definitely looking forward to it. So, you know, you get the idea. Okay, quick jump card right there, because we still need to do a scavenger hunt in terms of, you know, for the actual question trivia tickets as far as I'm aware. And I'm guessing it's going to be located in, let's just say in Tokyo Station, so... But yeah, aside from those side of things though, is the fact that aside from, you know, Cadence of Hyrule, which I'm really looking forward to it right now, and the rest of it though, it sucks. I just wish there was actually more variety in them. Especially it doesn't help about the fact that this particular Direct itself is incredibly boring, and plus it's way shorter than the forms of how it does it on the previous Direct Mini, which happened on March, which I will say is the most disappointing aspect of this though. Or maybe, just maybe, it's because of the stupid coronavirus 2019, or in this case, COVID-19 stupid stuff again. Yeah, I'll go assuming so anyway. So anyways, before we end off story mode completely, is the fact that these are the items that we actually gathered throughout the entire adventure, such as of course 11 of those entry passes, including the Tokyo 64 game console. And also you can able to look up on the view companions, as you can see right there, and they actually got themselves unique, you know, descriptions or infos about every single characters and stuff like that for that besides. So, you know, not much right to home about, honestly, but either way though, story mode is actually pretty fine, but I digress. So with that being said, we got the endings off here, so join us next time for more of Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. And that was the fact that we're going to be hit on to the quick match mode, and because of that, we're now going to start to be selecting the all 12 guest characters in the entire action in some of those events. So we'll see you guys until on Monday. Later, fellas.